This is what it looks like during an inversion on top of Sugarloaf. We'll get to this in a second. But first, I want to talk about a problem that I've had the last few seasons. A horrible problem that faces many of us here in New England that are dedicated to this money hole of a sport called skiing. And especially the ones that are interested in capturing the special moments of that sport with the camera. This isn't about price though, it's not even about snow quality or the weather. I'm talking location. The beautiful yet dreaded day trip, the fortune and misfortune of living in New England, but nowhere near a ski resort. You see, this problem as a skier who wants to capture these special moments on the mountain, it's a tough one to solve. I've made excuses though. It's too far, it's too expensive for the night, no one else is around to go with me. All valid, but with some planning and the realization that if I wanted to ski good snow and take good photos and videos, that I needed to find a solution. Truth be told, I don't have that exact answer, but this season I've made it a goal to not miss too many of those special moments that are in my control to show up for. And today was one of those moments. 4-hour solo day trip from Massachusetts to Sugarloaf with no knowledge of this inversion, just simply in pursuit of good snow and filming a project that has nothing to do with this video. And sometimes, when you go the extra mile, you get a little extra in return. Now that the prelude is out of the way, let's get into the story, which is broken into 4 parts. Part 1 being the gloom. The impending disappointment of driving 4 hours, having no clue yet of this inversion, and being struck by a ceiling of fog and cloud cover. Boots on, morale worried, I made my way over to the super quad, each chair reaching a point where you'd watch the chairs ahead disappear into the gloom. One by one, the lift would drop you off at the top, and you'd watch as others skied into this beautiful white haze, never to be seen again. But there was hope. Cue part 2. After making my way over to Skyline, Double Runner East, King Pine, and Bucksaw, there was really only one other lift that I wasn't gonna ride, until I saw a friend's Instagram story that had blue skies and low-hanging clouds in frame, all pictured at the top of this last lift, the Timberline chair. And lo and behold, as this chairlift made its way up the mountain, more and more light snuck through the haze, until we got to the top. Then everything changed. Now, I've seen some inversions before, but every time it has been rather uneventful. It usually happens when there really isn't much snow and the colors all become diffused and gray, which just makes this beautiful event kind of a bit sad. But this time was different. It was so bright and I had no ND filter on my camera, so my camera was tweaking out. The lens aberrations that you see were not an attempt for me to use warp stabilizer in post. It was just the camera trying to process light coming in at f/22. Everything was just surreal. I have never been to the moon, but one day I do hope to get there, and I imagine it will look something like this. Like I said before, sometimes when you go that extra mile, you're rewarded in ways that you could have never expected. This was one of those days. And then after all this, the gloom began to disappear, and it was time to ski, while also being able to see. Sugarloaf to me has always been one of my favorite mountains because of its perceived difficulty, both in the difficulty of getting to the mountain itself and the terrain available there. There's tons of options for everyone, long winding grains, the steeps and the snowfields. And on this particular day, the snow was awesome too. Sometimes things just work out if you go the extra mile. Narrating live from my bike, this is day 21 of the season. Get out there and go skiing. It's super fun. Cheers. We'll see you on the next one.